An eagle's favorite tactic is to rush at prey with a stone from above and deliver a crushing blow with their claws, which look like huge hooks. This tactic is so effective that an eagle can defeat an animal 10 times heavier than itself. Now you will see the most epic attacks of these birds of prey. Eagles are real-life fighters. They know a lot about air combat tactics. Look how a bird of prey attacked a goose right in flight. A powerful blow that knocks down a bird like a bullet. She tries to stay in the air, leaving a trail of torn fluff behind her. But the eagle breaks her spine and finishes her off. Predators often attack prey that exceeds their mass. But eagles in this regard are the record holders among vertebrates. A feathered warrior attacks a deer, an animal almost 10 times heavier than itself. But despite this advantage, the ungulate is not able to escape. The enemy's grip is so powerful. The first blow of the eagle has already caused internal damage to the deer. He tries to fight back, to escape, but soon the bird gets to his neck with its curved beak. This fox thought that the eagle wanted to steal his prey. No, the eagle wanted to catch the fox himself. The bird strikes with jeweler's precision and with such tremendous force that it literally demolishes the victim. The fox flies up to the height of a man, does a few somersaults, and it becomes a dinner for the eagle. In addition, the golden eagle can deliver a crushing blow to the fox so as to drag it along the ground and stun it. Although the fangs and agility of the red robber cannot be underestimated, and he could bite the throat of the enemy, the feathered easily suppresses him. The struggle on Earth ends with the saddest outcome for the fox. The golden eagle quickly overcomes him due to the fact that it balances with the help of wings. This gives him the opportunity to fight with both clawed paws at once and leaves the fox no chance. It turns a predator that often preys on birds into a victim. This powerful bird is a real magician, isn't it? Definitely deserves your like on this video. In general, eagles are a whole group of birds that belong to daytime predators. This family also includes hawks, buzzards, kites, as well as old world vultures, snake eaters, and some other birds. Falcons and ospreys are their closest relatives. They are called daytime predators as opposed to owls, nocturnal predators. And the definition perfectly describes the lifestyle that eagles lead. They eat only meat and hunt prey during daylight hours. Moreover, eagles attack victims right in the air, during flight, and also attack those animals that are on the ground. This makes the birds quite versatile fighters who are able to adapt well to different conditions. Eagles have several superpowers, opportunities and advantages of a unique body structure that take them to a completely different level relative to most other birds. First of all, it's super speed. You may know that the fastest mammal is the cheetah, which accelerates to an incredible 74 miles per hour, 119 kilometers per hour, which is almost twice the speed of a horse and 3 times that of human athletes. So, the peregrine falcon easily demolishes the cheetah. The cat would envy this speed. Over 200 miles per hour, 322 kilometers per hour, this bird is the fast animal in the world, and its advantage is simply huge. In general, they are one of the best masters of flight. Birds of prey are able to both plan on ascending air currents that save energy and engage in active flight, vigorously moving their wings and thereby gain tremendous speed. But they move the fastest when they fall with folded wings. Of course, someone might say that these birds are cheaters. After all, they achieve such incredible speed thanks to special tactics. Falcons and hawks soar up and then fold their wings and fall like a stone on their prey. That is, gravity becomes their accelerator. But in fact, this is another superpower of daytime birds of prey: jewelry flight control. Even with folded wings, a falcon or an eagle can change the direction of falling, turn around and with lightning speed, and most importantly take off into the air again, spreading its wings. Thanks to acceleration, a bird weighing as much as a cat can strike a blow that will surpass a bear's in power. And flight control makes it possible to hit exactly the vulnerable spots of prey. In the head, the neck, along the spine. Like, for example, here. The falcon delivered a powerful blow to the rabbit's spine. Big-eared is still alive, but his body is shaken by terrible convulsions due to damage to the nervous system. He will not be able to escape. In addition, excellent control allows the birds of prey to perform extremely risky maneuvers. For example, it hunts creatures that live near the surface of reservoirs. In general, eagles cannot dive. Their feathers will get wet, and the bird will quickly drown if the wings get completely wet. But eagles calculate the height and force of their wings so accurately that they have learned to fly up to the water with lightning speed, and then slow down and practically hover over its surface. Then the bird snatches the prey and immediately changes the direction of flight to climb up again. The most famous birds that pull off such a trick are bald eagles. But besides them, there are other species of birds of prey capable of such a dangerous and impressive trick. This way of life means that the eagle's character is literally fearless. So the honey badger will envy their bravery. Due to this, eagles often attack large animals and even other predators that seem to have the advantage of greater mass and strength. If you think that diving is the only aerobatics that eagles possess, then you're mistaken. They do not necessarily need to use the acceleration of free fall to accelerate to the speed of a sports car. Just look at the hunting of this bald eagle. Its prey is smaller and lighter, but powerful wings allow the predator to easily catch up with prey. And amazing control and reaction speed give him no less maneuverability. So eagles are capable of long chases almost as well as lightning attacks. The bird's body has excellent aerodynamic characteristics. So, if you want to design the perfect sports car of the future, then you know what to be inspired by. During a normal horizontal flight, birds of prey are also able to move incredibly fast. The falcon can catch up with the car. There is a rare video of an eagle attacking an airplane. It's hard to say if this really happened, but if so, the bird struck several blows on the wing of the device as if it was some uninvited guest who needed to be slapped in the face to just get out. Boars and warhogs are pretty serious opponents. Even large predators can find it difficult to cope with them. But the skill of eagles in attacks from the sky is so great that the boar has little chance. The eagle swoops down on the prey at an angle and delivers a crushing blow. Sharp claws act like a sickle, but the eagle's task is not just to damage the skin or blood vessels. He breaks his neck and his spine. And after that, the eagle can safely walk around with its prey in one paw. It seems as if he got into something and is dissatisfied with going to clean shoes. But in fact, the bird is glad that now she has lunch. The wolf is one of the most successful predators on the planet. But the golden eagle does not care about the reputation of this enemy. The bird is so strong that it can attack a wolf and take away its prey immediately after hunting. The golden eagle attacks the predator from above. Of course, a wolf is not a timid beast at all. He will fight back fiercely. Besides, he also surpasses the bird in mass and physical strength. But this golden eagle is a real champion in hand-to-hand combat. He spreads his huge wings over the wolf, hovers in the air, and strikes a series of powerful blows. The claws of the bird do not allow the wolf to reach him with his teeth. The reaction of the golden eagle is lightning fast. He hits accurately, and the wolf barely saves his eyes from the sharp blades of the bird's legs. As a result, the eagle successfully pushes back the enemy and takes away his rightful trophy, like some kind of air robber. But this wolf was unlucky. The eagle chose him as his prey. Of course, attacking a large predatory animal is very dangerous. But the eagle has an advantage. The laws of physics are on his side. When the bird crashes down on the wolf from the sky, the blow comes out so strong that the predator, weighing as much as an adult, did a somersault. The main weapon of these birds are their sharp, curved claws. Since birds don't need to walk much on their paws, the claws can grow much longer than those of mammals. Such huge crescent-shaped blades give the relatively thin and not very large fingers of a bird's paw a particularly sinister look. Don't you agree? The length of a large golden eagle's claw can be longer than the length of an adult male's fingers. The task of the claws is not only to inflict maximum damage, but also to keep the prey. This explains their specific shape, but can be viewed up close thanks to these rare frames. Although the fingers seem thin, they have tremendous strength. Therefore, the eagle can hold and even lift into the sky prey that exceeds its own strength. The coordination of the eagle's movements is amazing. The eagle can literally change the angle of the movement of the wings by several degrees in order to slow down, hover, or turn around in flight. And at the same time, to put forward their terrible claws to accurately hit their prey and grab it tighter than a pit bull with their jaws. And all this in a split second. The sharp curved beak of most representatives of this family of birds is quite short and wide. Therefore, they use this weapon not during the first attack, but after, during the struggle. Eagles do not always deal with the prey after a fall. Sometimes they have to fight for a long time, and then the beak plays the role of a warhammer. The bird holds the victim with its claws and with its beak strikes precise blows at vulnerable places. But this arsenal still needs to be used correctly. First of all, daytime predators have supervision for this. It's worth mentioning right away. Their eyes have two special abilities. This is the ability to see far, for tens of miles, tens of kilometers, as well as the ability to accurately notice small objects and objects. An eagle can see a rabbit, despite the disguise of an eared rodent, even from the height of an airplane flight. But these birds do not have night vision, so they never hunt at night. The coyote tried to steal the eagle's food, but the eagle reacts instantly. Such jokes won't work with him. The eagle strikes powerful blows right on the face of the impudent dog. Sharp claws pierce near the eyes. Although serious injuries were avoided, the pain from these blows will be a lesson that the animal will remember for a lifetime. Unlike the feathers of waterfowl, the feathers of eagles get wet easily and quickly, after which the bird can no longer use them for flight. Therefore, going down to the water is a huge risk for them. Do you think that stopped the white-tailed eagle from hunting a goose right on the water? Of course not. The eagle attacks the enemy and from the force of the blow, plunges into the water almost by half. But the endurance of a bird of prey can only be envied. Although she starts to go to the bottom, the dry part of the wings is enough to keep her above water. The eagle even continues to fight and drown the goose. And then, with difficulty, but quite successfully, he pulls the prey to the shore, where he proceeds to dinner in front of every other shocked goose. And this waterfowl was able to give the eagle a worthy rebuff. Every time the predator made a turn and rushed at the victim again, the goose dived under the water and dodged the blow. The eagle lost strength faster because he had to maneuver vigorously, whereas the goose only needed to maintain concentration and make a short dive in time. But the patience of a predator is also a kind of weapon for victory. He was able to catch the goose at the very last moment, and instead of trying to drown the obnoxious opponent, he snatched him out of the water. It seems that the eagles have some kind of competition who will take more risks on the hunt. After all, this bird of prey did not just decide to catch prey right out of the water. She's targeting a sea snake. Yes, eagles generally like to hunt these legless reptiles. But in the water, the snake is much more maneuverable than on land. It is easier for it to turn around for a counterattack. And most importantly, it is the sea snake that is the most venomous in the world. She hunts fish. These creatures have a circulatory system so different from land animals that most poisons do not even work on them. The solution of the sea snake is to generate a toxin so strong that one drop of it could kill all the birds within a radius of hundreds of miles. But the eagle does not care about these risks. He relies on speed and wins. The bird was not only able to snatch the snake out of the water so quickly that the blow stunned the reptile and left it no chance to counterattack. The eagle also managed to see the head of the reptile at a great distance and attack it in order to block the jaws of the enemy with its claws. Everything is for the sake of posterity, because it is the chicks that the feathered fighter carries his prey. Sometimes the eagle's love of risk leads to curious cases, like this episode that occurred in the spring of 2022 on Vancouver Island. This predator was not afraid even to invade the territory of people. True, he attacked an ordinary goose, but this does not reduce the courage of the bird. The lightning attack ended unexpectedly. The owner of the goose ran out into the street and drove away the predator. To fight with a young mother who has a child in her arms is beneath the dignity of this noble predator. Well, or he just got cold feet. In any case, the goose was saved, but only thanks to the courage of the woman. It may seem that the eagles rely primarily on the main blow, and if they fight on the ground, then not for long. But this predator does not take endurance. It's not a problem for him to withstand a really long fight. He leaned on a powerful iguana, but the reptile's skin was too strong to be able to finish the hunt with one blow. However, the eagle gave up and grabbed the victim. As a result, the lizard tried to go somewhere into the thicket right with an eagle on side of its back. Do you know how long this struggle lasted? 5 hours. Of course, it wasn't too resource insensitive for an eagle, but still spending so much time clinging to a lizard. However, maybe for a bird it was an interesting attraction that improves the appetite? What do you think is the reason for such a love of birds of prey for risk? Don't forget to reply in the comments. Although daytime predators prefer to attack from the air, if necessary, they can continue a long battle already on the surface of the earth. Moreover, even the superiority of the enemy in brute force will not stop them. The predator rushes at the larger bird and strikes, but this is not enough. Then a fight ensues, which is sometimes similar to fencing. The birds try to maneuver, dodge, and the fight drags on. But the escape routes are blocked. The predator simply will not allow you to take off or escape. Therefore, the outcome of the battle is clear. Sometimes an eagle has to fly to find its prey. He can fly for hours over steppes or valleys looking for a victim to attack. But if a bird of prey finds a large gathering of animals, it will resemble some kind of feast. See how an eagle flies over a huge flock of flamingos. The predator clearly chooses the most delicious prey, and then hits the flamingo from above, just as the victim is trying to climb onto the wing. A well-aimed blow, and the pink bird crashed into the water. Then the eagle descends even lower and finishes her off. The white-headed feathered fights brutally and leaves the enemy no chance. Comparing birds of prey with real fighter planes is not just praise for birds. After all, these creatures are capable of many aerobatics. Pay attention to this hunt, which caught the lens in 2022. Here, the birds demonstrate amazing agility, but the predator wins thanks to virtuoso maneuverability. He performs something like a half barrel, a 180-degree turn so that the wings are directly strictly up and down. At the same time, if the aircraft uses a maneuver for protection in order to get away from the missile, then the bird, on the contrary, in order to attack the target more successfully. At the same time, the predator grabbed the victim only tangentially, so she fights back, even being in the claws of a formidable enemy. We must pay tribute to this brave bird. It will fight for survival until the very end. And although her injuries would hardly have allowed her to fly if she had managed to escape from the grip, she still struggled. And who are you rooting for in this situation? Let us know in the comments. In any case, the bird of prey admires its bravery no less. After all, she did not slow down and used her beak at full speed right in flight. That is, for some time she flew blindly at great speed, risking crashing into rocks. At the same time, when a bird strikes with its claws, the feathers of the victim fly around like some kind of strange fan. And all because of the huge force that the predator puts into each throw. Even if the prey has time to react at the last moment, turns around and meets the enemy with its own claws, this will not slow down our hero, not for 1 second. It suppresses the prey's resistance in an instant. But even knowing the flying skills of falcons and eagles, it is difficult to understand how confident they feel in the air. It seems as if they are not afraid of falling whatsoever. Here, a peregrine falcon attacked another to take away its prey. At the same time, there was no brutal fight. The duel was surprisingly elegant. This duel could be filmed in 2022, and she could win the final competition for the most honest dogfight in the world. It would be much easier to attack the opponent from above. But instead, the falcon flew up to the competitor from below, made a barrel right in flight, hovering with its paws up. In this position, he carefully grabbed the prey right in the paws of the opponent. As a result, 2 birds lost their balance. For most birds, this would have been a fatal ending, but these falcons spent less than a second to restore flight. And then they flew together, competing in the tug of prey. Pay attention that they do not try to hit each other with either claws or beaks. Why do you think these birds are so noble with each other? Is this an instinctive behavior or a character trait of these individuals? Share your opinion in the comments. Amazing solidarity and honor, which does not negate their commitment at all. Both peregrine falcons risk themselves, but try to keep their prey until the last. Human pilots on their fighters can fly at a speed several times faster than the speed of sound. But they are far from the freedom that these birds know. At the same time, both birds not only survived, but maintained good neighborly relations. One of them unhooked in time, leaving the winner lunch. But with prey, birds of prey do not play chivalrous behavior. Here you can see how parents feed their offspring. Their nest is safely hidden in the thickets. The kids scream and open their mouths as wide as possible to be the first to receive a treat from their parents. But the family ideal is violated by a predator who has found the prey's lair. Parents are not around, They cannot cope with such a threat and had to run. For a carnivorous feathered, this is a real gift. He just takes one of the chicks and takes it to his nest. A light snack for the capture of which almost no effort was spent. If there was such an opportunity, would you intervene in this situation? Answer in the comments. And this duel is one of the coolest aerial duels between a bird of prey that has only been caught in the camera lens lately. The golden eagle is one of the largest and most powerful birds. And for him, even the black vulture is not a fellow, but a potential prey. However, although the golden eagle wants to eat this feathered one, it does not attack it like a defenseless goose. The golden eagle is going on a frontal attack. He flies straight at the opponent and gives him a chance to put his clawed paws forward. What is this, if not the nobility of a real warrior? A powerful blow occurs and both birds collide like two air rams. And then, the golden eagle hits the opponent with a wing from a turn, like a master of some bird martial arts. But the vulture did not lose his balance, the opponents uncoupled. Both survived this fight, which was too close to the ground to continue. True golden eagles are not always so noble. This bird just brushed away the falcon with one lightning strike. So, it's worth remembering, there are always sharper claws and stronger wings. When an eagle knocks down a victim and forces her to ride on rocky ledges, it's spectacular. But in the arsenal of the bird, there are also more impressive techniques for using gravity for their own purposes. Really huge eagles can lift even a fawn or a kid into the air, into a huge height. Then the bird simply releases the prey, and she flies from the height of the 10th floor with a completely predictable ending. The feathered one can only go down and start eating or take the remains of the prey to his nest. This way, it is possible to significantly save energy. The wingspan of some birds of prey can reach 6 or even 6.5 feet, 1.8 or even 2 meters. So it can show that these are massive creatures. They are powerful, but in fact much lighter than it seems. Eagles are 3 or 4 times lighter than wolves, which are comparable to birds in size. So a mountain goat is 5 times heavier than a feathered one. It is difficult to cope with such an opponent. An eagle can cling to him and literally ride him. But in order to defeat the prey faster and more reliably, you have to push it off the cliff. Then you can strike a few powerful blows on the rocks and then throw them into the abyss, if there are no other options. This confrontation looks brutal and epic, especially since the bird is also at risk. She is too close to the ground and will have no time to climb on the wing if the prey can drag him along. But usually this does not happen. Eagles are too experienced and strong predators. Nevertheless, even if a large eagle is crushed to a stone, its bones can withstand such a powerful blow. Look, an eagle saddled a mountain goat. The ungulate in a panic tries to escape along the edge, and the feathered one throws it off balance so that the prey simply breaks when falling from such a steep slope. But instead, the goat hits the rock along with the eagle. Do you think that the bird crashed or turned into a flat pancake like a cartoon character on whom a weight fell? As if not so. The eagle not only survived, but did not even loosen its grip. Of course, due to the relatively small mass, eagles are almost vulnerable, especially on Earth when they are attacked by large predators. The mass of a brown bear can reach half a ton or even more. In fact, the bear has a 100-fold advantage over the eagle. It's like as if a person tried to beat an elephant hand-to-hand. When the female discovered the nest of eagles, she was not afraid to bring her cubs with her for lunch. She was so sure of victory. Even the sharp claws of a feathered bird cannot save the chicks when they are attacked by this mountain of muscles. It is not surprising that eagles do not like bears and can even attack them for no apparent reason. Who knows, maybe a winged predator slapped a bear in revenge for old grievances. However, the eagle may be strong enough to fight back the lioness. Unusual tactics and cunning are used for this. The bird spreads its wings wide. It is too heavy to instantly take off to a great height. If she tries this, the lioness will have time to catch her pouncing from behind. It seems that the feathered creature understands this and does not try to rise into the air. Instead, the eagle spreads its wings on the lioness. So, the bird seems much bigger and does not allow itself to be attacked from the flanks. Of course, paw strikes could crush the wings in a second, but the lioness does not know this. In addition, the eagle rises above the ground enough to get its claws into the enemy. And the cat does not need extra damage. As a result, the bird remains alive, which is a great luck after meeting with the lions. And what epic fight with the participation of daytime feathered predators struck you the most? Reply in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of interesting things.